want to be very clear that I do not support Ruby. She doesn't need mercy. She doesn't need justice. She needs a jail cell. She needs a jail cell.
Ruby Franke's sister, Bonnie Hoellein, has spoken out in a new video on her YouTube channel titled My Genuine Thoughts and Where I Stand on Ruby. This comes after Bonnie started receiving negative comments that she had to delete, questioning her about if she had any knowledge about what was happening with Ruby's kids, if she had seen the pictures released in the evidence drop, and asking how she could continue posting with everything that's going on. Bonnie wanted to make it clear that she doesn't support her sister Ruby and that she's exactly where she needs to be, which is in jail. Bonnie starts off her video by stating that she's deleting comments because you teach people how to treat you and that this is her space.
All the comments wanting to know if I've seen the photos, if I knew beforehand, if I mean, it's taunting, and I just can't fathom doing that to somebody.
Now, throughout the video, Bonnie is actually reading some of the comments she received and replying to them.
You're not saying anything about what's going on. That means you don't care. My brain can't even put together its own thoughts. There is no words. Because there is no one closer to being my own children than these.
After this, Bonnie states that she will not talk about the children. She then goes on to state that yes, she knows about everything that was shared in the media and that the public only knows what was approved to be shared by the media.
All of those blocked out spots in the journal, all of the journals that she had that didn't necessarily pertain to the criminal case, all of those, you know, a fraction.
So now here she's talking about other journals that Ruby had, so I really wonder if this includes the pen papers and if Bonnie has seen those.
You know, a fraction, and everything that I learned was just in little pieces, just little pieces along the way. So every day I have felt like this. Every day I have felt haunted.
Now, Bonnie is going to address the question of if she has seen the photos.
I did not see the photos beforehand. So for all of you that have been sending them to me, you really have done something there. You're doing your due diligence.
So apparently people were sending these photos to Bonnie, which I honestly am not surprised, but I am surprised that she did not see the photos beforehand. So I'm sure they've all seen them now, but I wonder if the rest of Ruby's family hadn't seen the evidence photos of R&E beforehand.
Me, I. The only thing you care about is yourself. This is not about you. Get off the internet. I 100% know who the victims are. I 100% realize that I was not the one. I see so many comments. Trigger warning, this is difficult to watch. Trigger warning. Or if you need help after seeing this, make sure you get help. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. All these compassionate strangers for each other. But if I say anything about how it's affected me, I'm selfish, I don't care, it's all about me. I know I'm not the victim. I have been directly affected. I can't think of a way that I'm not affected by it.
Now, this is not the first video Bonnie has made in regards to the situation with her sister Ruby. Like Ruby, Bonnie's YouTube channel is a family vlogging channel, and a lot of people thought that Ruby's sisters should take a break from social media altogether. However, Bonnie expressed in several videos how upset she was about this entire situation and that they wanted to continue to be able to post onto YouTube as this is their source of income. She stated in one of her previous videos that she was not going to allow Ruby and Jodi to take one more thing away from her family.
And the reason I move forward is because I have hope that those kids, they showed a lot of fight. They didn't just stop fighting and they kept their fight in them. And if they can do that during their they can come out the other side. And I think and I hope that they will have a normal as they can. This will change them forever. All of them. All 6 of them.
Bonnie goes on to state that she wishes the very best for all of the children and that they're all going to need a lot of help.
I want to be very clear that I do not support Ruby. She doesn't need mercy. She doesn't need justice. She needs a jail cell. And I can't even think beyond that. I believe in justice and mercy, and I think both of those come in time. I think that the mercy needs to lie at the feet of the children, not at Ruby's. And that's where I stand on that.
Bonnie goes on to state that she is so self-conscious about saying anything about herself because anytime she does, it's slammed down her throat that she is selfish for talking about how this has affected her.
I physically get ill when my kids accidentally get hurt. I physically get ill when I see their feelings get hurt. I feel like I go into panic mode a little bit. And as soon as I do, all I can see and hear are the hundreds of comments that I'm deleting saying, "You're just like her."
Bonnie goes on to state that the only reason she feels brave enough to even continue posting is all of the supportive comments and the people who actually care and understand what she's saying without her actually saying it.
Actually care and actually feel bad for the situation and not dissecting it and picking it apart and just understanding that there is so much more to it than what's being shown and said. I think I just had to say something and share a little tiny piece of my heart for those that actually care.
Bonnie goes on to state that she doesn't want or even need people to care, but that she wanted to say something for those who actually do care and show their support. She also says that the entire point of their YouTube channel was to show how they live life, and life isn't always cute.
I think a big reason that I just keep doing what I'm doing because there are so many people that deal with so much trauma, real trauma in their lives, and real sadness and real heartache, and you all keep going. There's no other option. There's no other option. If you can do it, I can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Why do I feel like I need to say I'm sorry? Why do I...
Bonnie then ends the video by saying, "Thank you for being compassionate towards my family and for caring about us, and thank you for reading between the lines of what is being said," and her forced smile.
What it does show me though is that I really do care about who is on the other side of this camera. Care that this is how other people feel. Different situations, but it matters to me. How other people feel, the sadness that they go through, that matters to me. Deep in my heart, I know that the kids will be okay. I do. I think it's going to be a really long road, but I think they're going to be okay. And I think I'll be okay. And I think my family will be okay. I don't know how to end this, so I'll just end it there.
Now, like I said before, this isn't the only video that Bonnie has made in regards to her sister Ruby. She also made a video titled Our Childhood, which she has since deleted, that gave a lot of background information of exactly what went down with Ruby and her family. Now, since Bonnie deleted that video, there aren't any clips about it. However, someone did type up a summary, which I included in a video that I will link in the description. Ruby's sister Julie also touched on this in her her video she posted titled My Side of the Story Concerning My Sister Ruby Franke. Jodi talked about how Ruby had completely cut their family off 3 years ago and that she started making up stories about their childhood that just weren't true. And we now know that Jodi did communicate with Ruby while she was incarcerated in the huge evidence drop that was released where there was a phone call between Ruby and one of her sisters. I think the general consensus is that this is Jodi in this phone call. Now, that's not to say that Jodi supports Ruby or that she agrees with what Ruby did, but we do know that Ruby's parents, as well as her brother, both wrote letters to the parole board during Ruby's sentencing. We are going to get into that in a separate video, so for now, that's all I have for you guys. Let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments. If you could, please do me a favor and give this video a thumbs up, and if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you on the next one.